now that we're done with the nonsensicals of what we saw this past weekend,
The Negro spirituals.
uh, we're getting on to the bro code of the week. And the bro code, I don't know, Jay, did you decide how we were going to do the bro code?
No, I guess just go into it. I guess.
But did you decide if we were doing both or?
Oh yeah. Do both. Yeah, do both.
So the first one, we'll jump into the one that's here that we have in the show notes. Um, you know, the three of us here on the podcast have kids. T has a stepson, stepdaughter as well. I can't
Correct,
remember.
bro.
Okay, and so
Yes.
we all have kids basically, but something that we talked about, Gerald. I believe you brought this up, right?
Mm-hmm.
You brought this up in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Something that we talked about, especially in this day and age in 2021. Should we as parents still be pushing college as the big thing to do out of high school? Is that still necessary in this day and age? What say you guys?
Yes. You don't never know, everybody got aspirations of being a star athlete, a musician, a rapper,
YouTuber like
YouTube,
us?
but bro, you for real don't know, what's gonna happen with that. And because you don't know, you could be, you cannot have a secondary option. So when you look back on it, if you don't succeed at that, what are you gonna do after that? And just it's just like with everything. Like if you're a star athlete, what do they say? Get your degree. Go to school, get your degree, because football not gonna last forever. Basketball not gonna last forever.
Right.
Like we may think that $200 million is a lot of money, but once you pay your agent, you pay your law, you paying everybody that you need to pay. What are you really walking away with?
Bruh,
You know
if
what
you
I'm
ain't
saying?
got that schooling, do you
What are
really
you
know
gonna
how to
fall
read
back on?
contracts?
Exactly. Like, can you go say I'm gonna start a business, like, or I'm gonna start a sports management company? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, it's a give and receive. Some people don't go to college and they still turn out to be successful in business. Look at LeBron. He owns a sports management company. He didn't go to college. He completed high school and went straight to the league. But he was partnered with people that did something for after basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I never tell my kids don't go after your dreams. Go to school. Like, nah, chase your dreams, but make sure you got a option B, option C, option D, all of that. Like, make sure you have everything laid out and not you putting everything on one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't have all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you, Don?
I think for me, I agree with T. I don't think you should put all your eggs in one basket. But as far as preaching college, you should go to college or you shouldn't go to college. I mean, I think it really depends on what your kid or what my kids want to do with their lives. Because, some kids, they just want to work hard. They just want to, be the best that they can be at whatever it is that they're going to be, a doctor, lawyer, whatever it is. And if you're going to apply yourself to one specific thing where it's, not necessarily required, but some stuff like being a doctor or being a lawyer, you have to have some sort of degree in order for you to be able to meet those requirements, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's your goal, if that's something that you want to do, well, then yeah, I'm all for it. Go ahead, go to college. My oldest daughter right now, she's into art, like really, really into art. And she draws anime. She draws, um, different cartoon characters. Her big thing right now is anime. She draws really, really good anime. And this is not tracing or anything. She's freehanding this stuff, and it looks really good. And I'm like, you know what? You never know. you keep drawing that way, we can get you into an art institute or something like that to help you get that I
Progress,
guess,
yeah.
yeah, to progress even more than where you're at now.
Right.
And you never know, you may get a letter from Pixar, or get picked up by one of these anime companies that to make animes and stuff. So yeah,
Toy animation.
yeah,
Yep.
you never know. And that's one of the things that now she's kind of thinking about it, but again, she's only 14. She's not really she's not there yet to where she's like, I know for a fact, definitely for sure. Kids progress differently. Some kids, by the time they're 10 years old, they're like, yeah, I already know what I want to do. I'm going to do this for the rest of my life, or I'm going to do that. And other kids just want to be kids while they're kids, because you only get one chance to be a kid. So I don't necessarily want to pressure them into thinking, oh, you have to go to college. But I agree with you as far as you should never have all your eggs in one basket. You should be able to, kind of adjust your situation to what you want to do, and then shoot for that, and try to make yourself the best at what that is, whatever it is you shoot your goal to.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess the one thing I learned early on, bro, is that everybody's not cut out to be the boss. Everybody's not made to be the CEO. Like, some people are just made to be employees. You know what I'm saying? Like, the world is only going to work if you have bosses and employees.
Yep.
So it's not cut out for everybody to go try to be a damn manager of a Fortune 500 company. So like what Julio said, like, I agree with what you said, bro. Like, it's not like, I wouldn't say just, hey, you need to go get your education. Although I do believe that knowledge is wealth. I mean, I only went to college for 3 months. I was out. Like, once I got done with high school, I was done. Like, I don't want to go to school anymore.
Right.
But like I was saying before we started the show, I think the biggest thing with me is that I feel like if you can get your foot in the door, learning something like a trade, even if it's something at a job, like if you get your foot in the door with that training, it'll take you into that career path that you're trying to get into. Like, if someone will hire you with no experience in coding or engineering or whatever, and you get that experience, you can parlay that into something else in that career field. So,
right.
What about you, Joe?
Man, raising 4 of my own, brother, I've come to the realization that school ain't for everybody.
It ain't, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I love my kids dearly, but you can kind of tell, like, who's cut out for school and who most likely you're not going to see in college. And sometimes you don't get to make that choice.
Right.
That choice is kind of made for you.
Right.
And, I talked to my best friend this past weekend or the weekend before. It was the weekend before. I had to go see him. Owns his own tire shop. Works hard, busts his ass. He's like, when are you going to send me your son? I'm like, I'm sending him to you this summer. And he's like, he's going to learn real quick if he wants to be working hard, like manual labor, or does he want to be working in the office? He could like it. You know what I'm saying? He could like working hard. Some people just do. Some people are like, give me outdoor work, manual labor, to hell with a suit and tie and corporate. I don't need that.
Yep.
Some people just, they like that better. And that's fine. You need all those types to make the world go around. But with this generation, man, they found so many ways to create that wealth themselves and not need to necessarily punch a time card for someone else.
Yep.
And I admire that.
100%.
Because what did we all wish we could do when we were younger? Be entrepreneurs.
Right.
We wanted to have a business and we wanted to be able to be the boss.
Work for yourself.
What better way to be the boss than be an entrepreneur and do it, work for yourself?
Yep.
And they've created ways to do that. Ways that are financially very wealthy. You know what I'm saying? They're prosperous ways. So you can't hate on that.
Yeah.
Do you wish, should you still push school? I think school is important. And it doesn't necessarily have to be just college, technical school.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Vocational of some kind.
Yeah.
You can go get a paralegal certificate. That's what I did. That's what Julio did.
Yeah.
You
And paralegal, but
right, right. But you got the paper.
Yeah, I do.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we also did school like college. We did college. You know what we did in college? We drove to the parking lot and fell asleep. That's what we did in college. We half-ass classes.
Yep.
Because we didn't want to do that. But why were we doing it? Because that's what our parents wanted us to do.
Go to college, get good grades,
Right.
get a piece of paper.
It's not for everybody. It's just not.
Yeah.
I know I couldn't wait to finish high school and be done. And then they're like, oh, by the way.
You got 4 more years.
Yeah, my pops was like, you're either going to work or you're going to go to school.
Yep.
You're not going to just chill. So what did I do? Well, I don't really have a job. Let me act like I'm going to school. And then when that fell by the wayside, I was like, well, shit, now I got to find real work.
Yeah.
And when I did that, I was like, okay, maybe I want to be a paralegal. I was always interested in the legal field. So I did that.
Yeah.
But that was because that was something I was interested in that at the time. So should college be top priority? If that's what your kid likes?
Yeah.
You don't want to, I tell my son all the time, if you don't want to go to school, like past the high school, that's fine. But you still got to learn how to read, write. You got to know math. You got to know basic math. Because if you want to be a YouTuber and they tell you, okay, you got to have this many views to get this much money and each view is worth this much, how do you know they're not screwing you on the back end?
Yep.
If you have a lawyer that's working for you, how do you know he's not cheating you? You don't, because you can't read these contracts. You don't know math.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So everything requires an education of some kind. It doesn't necessarily have to be higher learning, but it has to be some kind of education. Damn, do good until you graduate high school at least.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Just graduate high school. If you can't graduate high school,
man.
bro, if you can't graduate high school, get a GED.
Yep.
Bro, okay, so what pisses you off more, bro? When you know they know the work and they don't do the work?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, say less.
I think that could be. I think that goes the same for everybody on this podcast. That is one of the things that rubs me the wrong way, big time.
Yep.
Especially when you know that they know, but they just fail to do the work. They're too lazy to just turn it in and get it done. That's it.
Bro,
Here's
my biggest one. You have so much damn potential and you're so lazy.
Bro.
You have every capability to do the work and you are so lazy that you won't do it.
Yep.
And that's when you find yourself.
When they half-ass it and they pass, and it's like, bro, imagine what you could do if you applied yourself.
If you put full effort into it. If you put full effort into it, that C probably would be an A right now.
Bro, this conversation is universal among parents these days.
Yeah.
Because we see the potential in our kids. I think that's the biggest thing for me and my wife. We see the potential in the kids. You know they are more than capable. They are bright. They're brilliant. They are smart. They are lazy. And they are not willing to put in the effort. And you know, the sad part is I was the same way as a student.
Yes.
But my parents beat my ass and made me understand that you're gonna use that potential.
You can't do that nowadays though.
No,
You can't.
you can't.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. You can't do that no more.
That's the frustrating part, dog. When you know they're so capable and they're just not living up to their potential. That's the hardest part.
Mine told me the other day, like whenever I asked him, "Hey man, why didn't you do this?" I just didn't want to.
Man,
I'm like,
Bro, I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Bro?
Yeah.
What do you mean you didn't want to? Like you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Like you done went out and worked hard all week for 40 plus hours, bro. I'm like, he was like, bro, I remember I asked this dude, man, I said, hey, why I get a call from the school that, you failing for the semester? And the teacher said, he knows the work. He's just not turning it in. Like he aces the exams, but the daily work he just doesn't do. Man, I just get tired of being in that class. Like,
Yep.
You're gonna be in that class again next year.
Yeah. Yep.
Man, I want to grab him by his neck and just hope, like, bro, I'll crush your larynx, bro.
Bro.
Saying that dumb shit to me.
Nah, imagine telling your mom or your dad some stupid shit like that when you were growing up. I didn't feel like it.
Be here.
Bruh.
I wouldn't be here.
By the time you got that whole statement out, you be spitting chiclets out of your mouth.
Man.
Bro.
I didn't feel like it.
Here, I think, like, for me, bro, being in the field I'm in and like, after I got out of college, technical school, whatever you want to call it, like, and finding out people didn't have to have a degree or a certificate to do what I do, I was hot. I was highly upset to where it was like, I just wasted 2 years of my life. But, I've been in the same field for the past 20 years. So it's a blessing to have what I have, but I also feel like nowadays it's not required. To me, pushing a child to do more after high school and setting them up, say they don't have a scholarship or they don't have the means to go to college, they're going to have to get a loan. So then now you're talking about you got to teach them how to pay a bill. And then they're going to be in debt as they get out of college. So like for me, I wouldn't want to set my child up to have to owe someone money
and don't even have a job.
Exactly.
Hey, bro, now you're talking about teaching them how to pay bills and stuff. Let me ask you this, because this always it surprises me. Knowing how to pay bills, do both your parents know how to pay bills?
Yeah.
Like if your dad got a bill, would he know how to pay it?
Bro, my dad would probably, if he had a bill, he'd probably pay it like that paycheck.
Right, but I'm saying would he know how to do it?
You mean like send it in or go down there and get it?
Would he know how to call and get that squared away over the phone?
Oh yeah.
Or would he just send in the check? No,
he would. Okay. He knows.
Julio, you frozen or you there?
Oh, I'm here, bro. I'm here.
Okay. What about you, fam? Do both of your parents know how to pay bills?
Oh, you're saying parents now, like in their age now. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they do. Well, mine do.
Yeah, they do. Both of them do. See,
my dad would not be able to do any of that because my mom handles all that. Like if you told my dad, I need you to call these people and set up something, good luck. he'll immediately hand the phone to my mom and be like, take care of that.
Bro, that's I mean, it's like that though, bro. Like the women handle the finances. They pay the bills. The man go make the money and the woman pay everything. because the man go make the money. That's like an old age, like
Old school.
yeah, like I don't really know how to describe it, bro.
Yeah.
But I
It
mean,
was
that's
just how
not
it was
something
done
that,
back in the day.
yeah,
That's
like
the way it was done back in the day. So,
Bro,
like
can
that-
y'all's dads and can both y'all's parents do laundry?
Yep.
no.
My dad, I don't think my dad knows how to run a washing machine.
I don't know my dad, so I mean, I know my dad, but I don't know if he know how to do laundry.
That
bro.
just went dark. Shit.
Aggressive, bro. That's
But yeah,
God damn.
well, that just went left real quick.
Real quick.
No, man, but that's just some of the things I think about. Like I see my parents and I'm like, damn, they're getting older because I'm getting older, obviously. But like I'm thinking, I'm gonna hit 40 in a couple years, and bro,
In
like,
a couple
my
of years. Shut up, bro.
in a couple years,
No,
bro.
no, you're not. No, you're not. You're hitting 40 in a year. Don't. There's no
bro,
couple.
I'm 38.
No, you're turning 39.
Okay, and that's
That's
this
not
year,
in a
and
couple
then next
years.
year, a couple years makes me 40.
We're old, okay? We're just
That's
old.
what I'm
Just-
saying. So I look at, but at the same time, like I look at my dad and I see the stuff he does, bro. He does carpentry work, he does mechanical work. He does. You know what the extent of my mechanical career was? Holding a flashlight,
And then you did that wrong.
and I
You used to
couldn't even
slapped
get
for
that right.
Yeah.
Hold the flashlight, son.
You were doing
Hold
it
the
wrong.
flashlight.
And then he
Put
ends
the
up.
damn light on the. Put the light here. Never
You
mind.
know what?
Never
Go.
mind.
Never mind.
Go.
I'll do it. I'll do it. He has a flashlight in his mouth as he's working on
Yeah.
the shit. Yeah.
He's
I've been
cussing
there.
everybody out under his breath,
Yep.
and you. I look back, man, and I think at that time I could not stand, being in that situation. I was like, man, this is stupid. This is lame. I don't care about this. And I went to my parents' house about a month ago because I had to change the spark plugs, and I was thinking I was also going to have to change another. I thought I was going to have to change the coils as well, and it ended up that my dad helped me out, and doing it this go around, I was like, man, I really wish I would have paid
attention.
Not paid attention, but paid more time, cared more about it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, dude, how many years of this do I have left? I think about that a lot, especially now.
Think
Everything I took for granted back then.
Think about this. You have what? You have two boys, right?
Right.
They're going to be driving.
Yep.
So are you gonna want to take their car to the shop every time?
Bruh, I don't know how to do mechanical work. I don't. I'm not that kind of guy.
You're gonna have to learn. I mean, that was the whole reason why I was always outside with my dad.
Yeah.
No matter how many times I got hit, no matter how many times I got cussed out, it was all right. I'm gonna learn something, and something's gonna stick. And then now, if I either go work on my truck or the Mini, I'll take it to my parents' house. My dad will come out. He's like, "Hey, son, you need some help?" I'm like, "Nope, I got it. I got this shit. I can."
Bro, me and my
it was
dad are quick on YouTube, bro. My dad, I've taught my dad the beauty of YouTube. My dad does so many more things now because he watches a YouTube video.
Yeah.
But it just amazes me. Like, he didn't graduate high school,
Yeah.
but he can do carpentry work like nobody's business. He can do mechanical work like nobody's business. He's in his 60s busting his ass every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a different mindset.
They're built different, bro. I mean, my
Way
dad,
different.
My dad was a jet mechanic, so if you can he told me this when I was young, and I never understood it. If you can take apart a jet engine and put it back together and have no spare parts, you can work on anything, and it's the truth. Like, bro, it's I can't do a jet engine, but if I can find a problem,
I can put some shit for my kid together. That gotta count for something.
I can find a problem in my truck or Mini, and I can figure it out and then get it back working. Now, am I doing brakes and stuff that deal with my life? Nah, I ain't doing that. I'll send that to a mechanic. But
and that's what I was gonna say. That was the thing with me too. Growing up, I was always outside with my pops, with my uncle, with my dad or one of my uncles. They were always around. They were always working on cars. So every chance that we were out there, it was always, hey, mijo, come help me with this real quick. Come help me with this. Help me with this. And even though I didn't want to be there, and I just wanted to be the kid holding the flashlight, and that's it. No, get your ass under the car. This is what we're gonna take off. This is what you need. Here, start working.
Yep.
And because of all those times that they made us do all that stuff, of course, now I mean, I do change my own brakes. I change my own oil, change the spark plugs when I need to. If I have to, rewire something in the truck, I'll take it apart and put it back together again.
Yep.
It's just those type of things because you learned it when you were growing up and you kind of had to do it as you were growing up. It just stuck with me. So now anytime that I'm doing something or something breaks down, instead of me going to my dad comes to me. He's like, hey, man, I'm having a problem with the truck. This is what's going on. Can you help me fix it? And I'm like, yeah, why not? Let's fix it right now.
Yep.
So
Bro,
it turns into that thing.
Yeah, man. I look at it all the times like my dad wanted to spend like with me. Like he used to love, he still loves to fish. And growing up was not my jam. Didn't care for it. I was like, it's hot. I spent all my time outside playing football. I don't really want to spend no more time in this heat. And I look at all that and I'm like, I look at myself now and I'm like, damn, I really wish I would have taken that time.
Yeah.
But I also see that with myself and my boys. Like, damn, I really would. Now I'm the same way with my kids. I'm like, hey, boys, y'all want to, whatever? Nah.
Bro, I can't get mine to get out there if I have a problem with the truck or the Mini. I'm like, yo, man, will you come outside and help me? He's like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm like,
nah.
What are you gonna do if something's wrong with your car? I'm gonna bring it to you? No, you're not.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And like I had a real talk with my pops, man. Like he and I can talk so much better now than we could growing up because he and I butted heads because he was like, your mom spoiled you to death. And
she did.
And she did. By far, no questions asked. And my dad was very much like, he has the mentality I have for my boys. Like, I know you can do better. I know what you're capable of. You're wasting your talent. Mm. But he and I had a conversation a while back, and just part of being a dad, man. Like sometimes I get so frustrated with my sons, especially my oldest. And it kills me, dog. Like, it kills me that I'll get frustrated. I get pissed off. I feel like there's times where he does shit just to piss me off. And I feel like there's times, dude, I got to a point where I was like, I told my wife, I was like, there's days that I can't tolerate him. Like, I don't want to be in his presence because he will trigger me and we will have a misunderstanding. And, my dad was saved 20 something years ago, man. And he changed his life all the way around. So I talked to him and I asked him for that guidance and that spiritual guidance, things like that. And he told me something that it shocked me. And the honesty of it shocked me, but it also put into perspective a lot of things. And he told me, I felt the same way about you.
Bro, you know the saying, your kids will be your medicine.
Yeah.
And that's what you're going through right now. My dad told me the same thing. He said, whenever you feel like you wanna do something to Logan, you know how many times I wanted to do that to you? Like, there was a lot. And your mom stopped me.
And it shocked me, Doug. Like, I wanted to feel some kind of way, but I was also glad, like, he was just being real with me.
Yeah.
Like, we were having a man conversation.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And for him to be brutally, bluntly honest with me and tell me, son, I felt those same exact feelings about you and towards you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I told him, Dad, as a man, as a dad, I feel so bad for even having these feelings and these thoughts. And he's like, it's normal.
Yep.
It's normal.
Yep. Dude, when my dad told me that, I apologized. I was like, well, I'm sorry. And he was like, it's a part of life, son. Like,
yeah.
It is what it is. He's part of you. So y'all are gonna butt heads, just like you and I butt heads. You're a part of me. So we're two in the same. Like, it's gonna happen.
And my wife tells me, dog, when my wife tells me, it pisses me off, but not because it's bad, but because it's so accurate. She's like, he learns that from you. He gets that from you. Where do you think he picked that up from?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's not that I'm pissed off that she's saying it. I'm pissed off because it's true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No.
And you can't argue the truth like that. You just can't.
Bro, like,
but it's like, shit, why do you gotta tell me that shit to my face? Like,
you know what irritates me the most? What irritates me the most is when my kids or my wife say, you're acting like grandpa. When they tell me that, when they say that to me and they say that I'm acting like my dad, bro, it irritates the shit out of me so bad. But it irritates me, just like you said, it irritates me because it's true. There's so much truth in that. They say that, it carries on. All the stuff that you learn from your dad, it carries on to yourself. Even though you don't think that you're projecting it or you're not acting that way, it does. I was about to sit there and say to you guys a little while ago when we were saying all this stuff, was like, why do we sound like our parents right now talking about our kids? Because we really do.
Yeah,
we really do. Every time that you have that thought in your mind that you're pissed off about a certain thing or something rubs you the wrong way, it's because that's how our parents felt about us when we were growing up, man. And it trips me out.
But as somebody's kid, though, you don't think your parents think about you like that.
Exactly.
You're somebody's kid, and you're like, my parents never thought that about me. And then my dad's like, bro, I felt exactly like that about you. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Yep.
Like, real talk right there.
Yeah.
And I pray about it, man. I pray for my kids all the time. I pray to just be a good dad, a good husband, a good friend.
I pray I don't kill these motherfuckers.
Bruh. Like, it's hard, man. It's hard being a parent. It's hard being a dad.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a lot of people like, oh, being a mom is so hard. And it is hard, man. It's hard. But it's hard being a dad too, man. And we need to have more talks like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because I would never assume that about you guys. Like,
bro,
they wouldn't understand.
Bro.
We're right there.
Understand.
We are right there.
And then you talk to other people and you're like, oh shit, maybe it's not just my kids. Because you think automatically, man, it's just my kids.
And don't you hate it? And this is one of the things that I hate too. Don't you hate it when you drop your kids off somewhere, anywhere, with somebody, complete strangers, leave them there for a couple hours, you come back and, oh my God, they were the sweetest kids I've ever.
You a damn lie.
Whose fucking kids do you got? Because they're not my
damn lie.
They can come over anytime they want.
Hey, you know what I tell my kids? I don't give a damn how bad you act at home, as long as you don't act the ass. show your ass in public, we're fine. You could fucking act retarded here at my house, but don't go act a fool at somebody else's house. You know what I'm saying? You just mind your P's and Q's around other people.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I'm glad we have these talks, and I think that's something that we need to share with a lot of people, man. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people may be going through some stuff like that and feel like, hey, maybe I'm the only one. Hey, it happens to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's part of being a parent. It's part of growing up.
Yep.
And I tell my wife all the time, I never acted like these kids. I would have never got away with the shit they get away with.
And
Real talk, bro. I probably did.
Yeah.
And,
But in a different way.
Right.
In a
But
different way,
don't
yeah.
remember.
yeah.
But that's just, that's part of the process, man. So
Yeah.
with that being said, everybody, that's been another episode of the Shots Fired podcast. Thank you so much for your time, watching, listening, subscribing, commenting.
Yes.
Do it all. Help us out. We're trying to grow. We're trying to get to, I would say, 100 followers pretty soon. Let's shoot for 100, and we'll go from there.
Yep.
So help us out. Help us grow the show. Thank you guys for everything. You guys got anything to say before we bounce tonight?
Well, thank you for watching, for taking time to listening to us, and keep liking, subscribing. Share with your friends. Let everybody know so that we can reach that 100, like Joe said.
Yeah. If you like what you see, please click that like button. Just click it. Just
Even
share
if
it.
you don't, just click it.
Yeah. Please.
Hell, dislike it if you dislike it.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
That too.
Do something.
Show us you're there. And we'll do it again next week. Peace out.
Peace.